check, you know, or having being able to re-roll an extra damage dice on top of an exceptional hit, you know, it's pretty good.
I'm gonna start up the stream now. I think we're all here.
I'm
Hey,
back.
even Ra-Ra's here. Let's go. Welcome back to Tier.
Where's my skooma?
How much downtime are you all gonna take? I think it was like 2 months, right?
It was more like a month.
1 month? You want to do 30 days?
Was it like 4 or 5 weeks?
No, I think it was 8 weeks to get my.
Oh, so 2 months then.
That's what I was thinking. 2 months.
Okay.
It's
So,
a
yeah,
lot of
because
downtime. You
I
can
spent like
do...
3. I spent 3 weeks, and then I went back to Tier to work on the temple stuff.
Everybody should try to plot out what they do for those 2 months. That way you can account for all your time and make sure you get all your rolls done. I'm gonna need a promotion again, Joe.
Well, I was sending people to go to other towns and try to find if there were like artifacts, like fire artifacts, in other temples in the rest of the world for pretty much an entire month. They had to go and travel and gather information.
I never did figure out what I want Nibine to make me. To enchant for me. So what's the difference?
Does everyone have their figurine? Or do we have to go to a different table?
Yeah, mine is on the side, I think.
Hopefully everybody had their figurine off the table, so we can just plop them on. I see several of them over here, but I think they're all Grimoires. You've got so many figurines of yourself. This is when Grimoire is dancing. This is when Grimoire is shooting a fire. This is also Grimoire shooting a fire, but smaller. This is Grimoire surrounded by fire shooting fire, while made of fire.
I got mine.
Yo, dog, I heard you liked fire, so I put some fire in your fire. You've got a lantern made of fire. There's fire coming out of your head. Powerful. Oh, hang on. There's one with a stick, too. This is when you're doing stick dancing in the fire? Wearing a jester costume?
Oh, that's party Grimon.
Yeah. I've seen that in real life. All right. Welcome back to Tyr, the city-state of Tyr. The sprawling city-state, the free city of Tyr. The one place where the Templars serve the people. And justice is upheld by the strong, instead of injustice being upheld by the weak, or the despotic, the evil. Yeah, that's what I meant.
So has everybody come back to cheer with us, or?
I would like to move my family to Tier.
You move your family to Tyr. That's possible within the 2 month span. You guys spent several weeks in your previous town, and then you came here.
I'm gonna spend some time with the Golden Alliance and be like, okay, guys, listen, I know I just got here, but we're gonna need a fill-in for a while. For a while, I mean, an undetermined amount of time.
Tell us what to do,
name?
Master. Our ranks are decimated by the recent events. What are your
Who
commands?
was that guy who was that guy I convinced to step down as leader and just let me take over? What was his name?
Jorg.
Yeah, Jorik.
Jorg will fill in for me while I am gone. You think he can handle that?
Yeah, he could definitely handle that.
Yeah, he just respond. Yeah. Yeah, I can handle it. Yeah.
He's like,
Hey,
I
the
mean,
leader.
I was gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, that was my job.
Like,
That was
man,
my
why would you
destiny.
do that? Why would you do that, man? Why would you?
Can I see where in the city my family might live?
All right. So,
You're a hero of tears, so you would.
you
closer to
probably
the,
move into the noble quarter over here.
Okay, nice.
So the way the town is broken up is when you come in through the main gate, there's sort of the economic district here, the main plaza, has a lot of shops, a lot of merchant houses. You would hate this area over here. You would hate it with a
Yeah,
passion.
I hate them. I hate them.
So
By the
instead of
way, does House let's see, Revere, I think it was.
House Wavir right here.
Okay. I'm gonna come back to you on that.
All right. So, broken up into several districts. The merchant district is the first one. Down here, you've got the nobles' quarters, where most of the wealthier people and the adventurers are going to live. You've got the arena, the gladiatorial stadium, and the ziggurat here. So this is going to be where Morg would hang out with the gladiators, training and stuff for many weeks. And then the Golden City is just for the upper echelon of Tyr's nobility. This is also where the Veiled Alliance is hidden, tucked away in
Taurus lives.
this early neighborhood here.
That's where Taurus lives now.
What, in the Golden City?
Yes, yes, yes.
They-
I am a champion of the gladiatory combat.
Well, that usually means you'd stay in the gladiatorial stadium with the gladiators, wouldn't it?
No, no, no. I'm a champion. Like, you know, Hulk in Ragnarok, where they put him in the penthouse.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You might have to make some arrangements. You might have to strong arm some people.
You
Speaking of
said
strong arm, we should be-
strong.
Yes.
Also, we've got the Artisan District up in the north here. The Artisan District is going to be where you've got a lot of shops and merchants and things.
But you had mentioned before, I think it was when we were in Nibene, that there was a house of laws, a sort of like judges, lawyers,
Yeah.
representatives sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Does Tyr have such a place?
So in the Golden City, the Templars in the Templar Quarter down here, they would take care of all that. You have the Psionic Investigators. You've got the Armory of the Templars. You've got their Iron Warehouse, their Grain Warehouse. They basically handle like the infrastructure and making sure that there are supplies for the citizens, and they have like the guard towers and all that. And so hidden right under their nose is the Veiled Alliance, of course, like within some of the noble houses. And also this area is also where the Psionicist and the School of Thought are located down here. So you'll find most of the Templars here, and they don't have any powers.
No, here's what we want. The Bureau of the State. Bureau of... High Bureau. That's what I'm looking for.
No, these
Bureau of
guys over here.
Security.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, there's more of that
Okay.
over here too.
With some of my newfound coin, I feel that it's important that I keep what happened to my brother to never happen again. And so I want to enact some strict laws about like wrongful death, essentially.
Mm.
All right, which bureau do you think you need to go to?
Bureau of the State and the Bureau of Security. I'm debating whether my character would care about like Magna Carta ex post facto. Like I want to go after House Revere for vengeance, but he hasn't decided that yet.
Yeah, so you want to
But at
plot
least-
against House Wavir and go through politics. All right.
Yeah. But for now, it's just going to be okay. If a cart runs somebody over in the street, they need to pay remuneration for damages and say I don't know what those damages would be. They'd have to sort that out in court.
All right. Well, if that's your goal, you're going to want to do some carousing to try to get in good with some of the nobles that have any pull in that regard.
That sounds exactly what I wanted to do.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So I've got this downtime activities here. Now, if you point at it and you press Alt, and then you use your mouse wheel, you can zoom it in and out, and you can read it. So this is all your downtime activities. Carousing with the peasants costs 10 gold, with the middle class costs 50, with the aristocracy costs 250. Now in the Dark Sun world, that would be converted to ceramic pieces. This is of course regular D&D related. So for 250 ceramic pieces, you could get in with any of those nobles over there in that section you were looking at.
Okay, I'm trying to find the card.
You have to make a charisma persuasion check. And I have to confer with a table in Xanathar's Guide.
Where is this card?
It's in the corner of the table here.
Oh, I see it now.
So what I said was, like, if you point at it and press Alt, it pops up on your screen, and you can use the mouse wheel to zoom it in and out. Makes it easier to read.
Okay. Can I bolster by paying more? Can I bolster my chances? Or is this going to be maybe multiple rolls I could make with extra gold?
Yeah, it doesn't say that it would help in the details there.
Okay, well, fair. And this takes how long per check?
I'm going to look it up in the book.
Okay.
Carousing. All right. It says... Carousing covers a work week of fine food, strong drink, and socializing. A character can attempt to carouse among, lower, middle, and upper class for that price. So it's going to eat up one of your weeks, and it's going to cost that much gold. And you can attempt this multiple weeks to make multiple contacts. And in any given week, if you roll really well, you will get multiple contacts each week that you make the roll. So
we have... Who's our bard person? Do we have a bard? I thought we had a bard person. Someone who is good at this sort of thing.
Well, Rara is, but now if you ask him to do it for you, he's using his downtime.
Right.
So you might need to work it out with him if he is not busy, or pay him for his time so that he doesn't do something else for his own benefit.
That's I think exactly the kind of thing to do.
All right. Well, this is D&D. You two can RP it out. Soul.
Rara, you're here?
Orin.
Oh, Soul, I should say.
Yeah.
Is he here?
Rah. Earth to rah.
Okay, I'll start typing it up in chat and we'll figure it out later then.
Got you. That's too bad. Well, we've got time. We'll get to it. There are plenty of rolls to be made. I mean, if you'd like him to do that, you might want to do something else with your own time. So you might want to look at the list there and think about what you actually will do during your carousing. Or not your carousing, but your downtime.
Right.
There's stuff like psionic training. You can go to Arosto. Training requires the service of an instructor. Now it says here you can train a language or a tool proficiency, but in Dark Sun this also includes the minor psionic talents that you can get. Although
Okay,
I have
10 weeks. You said we have 2 months, right?
Yes, 2 months are going to pass before the event I described is going to happen.
So 10 weeks, we will not have enough time to finish that off. Right.
Well, I think it's 8 weeks. I think they have like months like we have on Earth. If you guys would like to go 10 weeks, you can push 2 more weeks. I'm not going to stop you. It's fine.
Just okay. So you're saying if someone chooses that, then just for the sake of simplicity, we can go ahead and say it's done.
Well,
Okay.
it's up to everybody. If you all agree to it, we can make the downtime be as long as you want. I know that Jodab wants his weapon to be done after it was going to take 10 weeks.
Well, we have 8 weeks left. So, as long as we get 8 weeks, I'm in.
And I aim to give you as much time as you want before I spring any craziness on you, because you went through a big long adventure. You need whatever downtime you want to take, you can take it. This is your time to celebrate. When you come back to Tyr, the town has been prospering with the influx of tourism because of the fire temple, and the rumors of the freedom of the city and how nobody is a slave, and how there is no sorcerer king, and the place is basically controlled by heroes. Even though they have like a Templar in charge, there's many heroes that keep him in check. And so the reputation of Tyr makes this place profitable for a lot of business to go on. It's very loose economically without a sorcerer king as the thumb pushing down on everybody.
We reopened the iron mine as well.
You reopened the iron mine, and because this is the only town with an iron mine, it is also the richest town in the entire Tablelands. Everybody who's riding the iron trade is coming out of it wealthy at the other end.
And we accommodated the trade route between Nibene and Tyr. Made it strong.
Well, over the weeks, Korganard delivered a huge amount of aid and supplies, and Aegis of Astocles and his noble house, and secretly the Veiled Alliance of Tyr, acting through Sidira, working with Aegis of Astocles, they devoted a lot of their effort and their trade to helping the people of Nibene. This has also caused an influx of refugees from Nibene to also return to Tyr, causing a little bit of a problem where there's too many people in town. It's getting quite packed. A lot of those people are quite poor, and so the more impoverished part of town over here in the Warrens, they're going to have the hardest time. So anybody training with a Rosto is actually going to spend most of their weeks doing charity in the Warrens, helping the sick refugees and the injured.
I'll try to recruit some for,
Damn it, man!
for the church.
Fuck!
Will they
Recruiting
come
for
in?
the church for sure.
We got the farm going.
If
They
your
can work
church
for
is
us.
providing food and you've got all these gardens that people could, they could eat from the gardens that you've raised there.
So
Sounds guy, right?
we can have them work in our fields too.
That can certainly add to your numbers. You could bolster your number of people with some kind of role.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Plus, they know why we are and who I am, so that might they'll have maybe a little bit more trust.
Oh wow, the new weapon's gonna have 2d8 versus my 2d6 I got right.
Now, Jodab,
We'll give them shelter in the temple to the
Amen.
shrine is right at the entrance of the city too.
Jodab, you're the champion, and there's going to form an intercity wrestling federation between the gladiators of Tyr and the gladiators of Nibene, and so they're going to make the pilgrimage to Tyr, and they're going to have that tournament that you talked about. and so they're gonna battle you. They're gonna battle you in an epic contest. The first ever intercity wrestling tournament. Their federation versus your federation.
I tell them you're going down, brother.
Yes, exactly. Everybody's going to flex and they're going to threaten, and it's going to be very dramatic, and the crowds are going to cheer. So there's going to be a lot of them carousing in town during the weeks, proclaiming that they're going to win this tournament, bragging, and drinking and partying while they brag. So they're around while you're taking your downtime for like this entire time, saying how much they're going to beat your ass. Anybody else want to jump in with what they're doing with their downtime?
Well, as I was saying, maybe we can go a little bit more in detail on that. But I'm bringing back to the temple the location of all the all the shrines in the world, and I'm gonna find in the city a sculptor, but a really good one, and buy a big piece of and purchase like a giant like wall pretty much of what do you call it,
Granite?
marble,
Marble?
and yeah, and have him, the sculptor, to start s- marking like the map and make the map of the world, and then show on the maps all of the locations of the shrines of flames.
All right, well, you're in luck, because some of the refugees are going to be excellent sculptors. Nibene was well known for having the best sculptors in the land.
Oh, good. Well, I'll pay them well, and I'll have them sculpt the map of all the locations, and then they'll give directions for the pilgrims to go and start searching for me for some fire artifacts in the world.
Mm.
And they'll be going on like I'm gonna send them out into those directions and give them like over a month, like whatever time we have here to spare. The rest I'm gonna be working, I guess, on the side, just working with my shrine there, because I haven't been there for a million years.
Now, are you saying that some of your flock of people have been sent into dangerous dungeons in search of rare artifacts?
No, not dungeons, but to go to the shrines.
All right, so they're just
The known
visiting like
shrines.
peaceful fire shrines where they're
Yeah.
well known. All right, you're not going into
Yeah.
like the ancient like dungeon places in search of lost shrines or anything.
No, I kind of want to make it like, because I don't expect that like in tier every week I come back that they're gonna be like a new fire, artifact. You know what I mean? So I want to make it so instead I go and send people out to other places where there might be a chance to have more.
So there are like two lists, right? There's like the list of like each one of the city states will probably have a fire shrine of some kind in it within the city.
Yeah.
But then there's the other ones, and those other ones are often like secret, legendary, or lost. And those will probably be in dangerous dungeons that if you send your pilgrims to search for those, they might not come back.
Well, maybe they can go and scout and bring me back the information.
Yeah, it's certainly something you can do, but like I'll make a bunch of rolls and they might
Well,
die because
I
those.
don't want them to like get into a cave or in a haunted place. But if they notice that there's something that is not like habited, or it's like a non-normal place, to just bring back the information.
I just want to make it clear there's like a distinction. There's like the ones that are safe to go to, and then there's those other ones that are off the beaten path, and pretty much no matter what, if you send somebody there, they might
not gonna-
die. Those
I
are the
won't
ones
send
you
them
might want to
there.
go to yourself.
Yeah, I'm not sending them there. I'm sending them to the safe, the ones that they stay on the main roads. They can go in caravans.
So in that case, they're mostly just going to visit city states and meet the individual fire priest representative of each of the cities.
And spread the word, and also share the locations of all the other shrines, and tell them what happened in Nibene and all their churches, all the shrine there is gained a lot of power because of the work they've done, and that Tyr is a new place to come in as well to see some artifacts and for knowledge.
Yep. They'll brag about the eternal flame and the bountiful gardens and the freedom of the people.
Yeah, and talk about the exploits of the new priest in town.
Oh yeah. The legend of the fire clerics and how Nibene burned will spread throughout the tablelands.
How much would you charge me for this marble wall and the sculpture of the maps?
He says, it's going to take me a month to make it. A fair wage would be 2 ceramic pieces per day. So he'll need about 60 ceramic pieces all told.
I will. And how much is for the marble wall?
The marble, the material itself is going to cost you... how big do you want it to be?
Well, I want like a big wall, you know? I want it to be like a Game of Thrones map wall, you know what I mean?
Alright, you probably want it to cost about, I don't know, like 5 gold.
Okay, I'll pay it.
And that'll be a sizable sculpture, like a big one.
And I'm gonna pay him a full, instead of, like, what do you say, like 60 copper?
Yeah.
And how much is 1 gold? In copper it's 100?
100, yeah.
So I'll give him a full gold.
Alright.
So, like, he can get better tools and everything for himself to make it happen.
Okay. He asked
if
for
he-
60, you paid him...
100.
That's like a 60% raise. Yeah, he'll be quite happy, and he'll do the best job he can.
Well, I tell him you buy the best tools, and if you can manage to do great work and not use all that money for anything you need, it's all yours as a bonus.
Alright, yeah, he'll definitely buy the best tools he can get, and he'll make a quality sculpture in the Nibene fashion.
Oh, that's cool. Sharing culture and stuff from other places in the world.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Like if, like in a month they have the time to go and come back with information, then maybe we can make some rolls to see if they found something.
Well, they'll definitely like meet all of the, like the main fire clerics of each of the places and gather information. But as far as like artifacts of power, those are mostly going to reside in the areas that are like an actual dungeon.
Okay. Then if I want to have maybe an opportunity to see if there's like any magical items or search for something, can I do that on our downtime?
So any of the fire-related items from the various cities, like when you're shopping, consider that you have like a network that can contact those fire clerics in each of the cities. So if you would like to shop from any of the lists of any of the cities, that's fine.
Yeah, we're just limited to Uruk, Tyr, and Nibene now.
I have item information for Tyr. I didn't do Gulg. Gulg is sort of an enemy state. I did one for Uruk. I did one for Nibene. There's one for Altaruk as well. So you could get items from Altaruk. So like Altaruk has fire elemental ashes that you can buy. 1 pound, 50 ceramic pieces.
I've been trying to talk for a while, and I didn't even realize I had it muted in the app.
Yep, you were super muted.
I think about all those essence from all the other cities except for that one. I'll go through the list and buy. If I want to look for something in particular and see Can I do a search?
So the magic item search, you pay a certain amount of money up front for the search, and then a week goes by. We do a roll to see if you were successful or not.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right.
So Ninja, I have this Scion's mind shielding headband, and it says it's socketable with rings of protection.
Yeah.
Can I put a ring of jumping in that slot instead?
Nah, unfortunately that wouldn't work. You might be able to slot it onto boots. Like maybe you could like break it in half and put each half on a boot.
My ring of jumping?
Yeah.
I was just trying to free up an attunement slot.
Well, you might have to become a different class for that.
Well, I was looking at all the items. There's an item I just sent you in DM. It's basically a accessory, like it's a dragon scale. And I was thinking, since I'm gonna get Nibine to give me a favor, he could just give me a dragon scale.
Ooh, that's very rare. Yeah, that's like a level higher, isn't it?
Yeah, you said very rare.
Did I?
Get a very rare enchantment from him.
You gain a +1 bonus to AC, and you can't be charmed or frightened. Moreover, each creature of your choice within 30 feet of you has advantage on saving throws it makes to avoid being charmed or frightened. Damn, that's
But I'm
strong.
just gonna give up. I'm gonna give up my mind shielding headband for that. Since I mean it's gonna do the same thing, essentially. But instead of just a +1 against mind shielding, I'll just
Is that
I don't get
correct?
+1 to.
Man. Yeah, I guess you could have that. He'll give you one of his own scales. That's fucking high ask, but sure.
Yeah. And does anybody need the mind shielding headband I have?
This is insane. The mental fire lord. What the fuck?
I would
gives
love
you-
a mind shielding headband.
If you don't
Plus
have
5
anything in your head
AC.
slot, it's a good item to have.
+5 AC and +1 bonus on saving against spells or psionics.
It's like 3,500 CP. I mean, I'm getting something really, really good that I'm not going to be able to use unless I get rid of it. So it's going to do kind of the same thing, just a little bit better. Instead of getting +1 on, so it gives +1 on Wisdom saving throws while it's attuned, +2 if I'm concentrating on something, and +3 if I concentrate for a whole minute. But I don't have enough things to concentrate on, so you're gonna potentially a +3 Wisdom save with this item, and it says it's socketable. It's socketable with a ring of protection. So if you get to find a ring of protection somewhere, you can put the ring of protection inside of the headband for an extra AC bonus.
Could I have them buy me this cloak, a ninja? If it's an Alteruk,
Which cloak in Altaruk?
the shifting cloak.
Shifting cloak. 3,120 ceramic pieces. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So you give them the money, they go buy it, they come back to you.
Yeah.
You've got 2 months, so they should have enough time to get there and back. No problem.
Yeah, I'll do that. I think it's pretty good.
And then anything that's not on these lists that you want to go look for, you just have to make the roll. And if you succeed, then you
Well,
might find it.
I'm just gonna like this is quite a bit of money, so I'll just buy that for now.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. Gives you a bonus on stealth checks. Shifting cloak.
Is everybody here who?
And a +1 AC.
Yep.
Is there anybody not in chat right now who's part of our party?
Well, Long isn't here. His character, Morg, is staying in the stadium training this entire time, I assume. He's the only one missing, though. This is the whole party for the most part.
So 5 is the party, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then. Okay, thank you. I'll take care of that later in a minute here. No,
Okay.
I gotta finish typing this up. Is Rara here yet?
Rara.
Yes, no.
Rara.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
I could. His thing was lighting up a little bit,
Right.
but I haven't
Yeah,
heard
like
him
a
speak in a
fan
while.
is-
Are you
fan is
muted,
not gonna-
Rara? Is your headset working? Do you have to change your audio? Rara.
It's okay. I'll keep typing it up.
Yeah, all right.
What's going on? Is
So
there
yeah,
something?
if Oren wants this this headband, he can have the mind shielding headband from me.
I thank thee. Will it resize?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a headband. Yep.
And that melon of a head is his.
I'll send you the card for it. in a second.
Thank you.
What is Nibanese horde? Like, what's his damage type? Ninja.
I'm not sure I understand the question. What is Nibane's damage type?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
He's
whatever.
a dragon, right? His breath attack.
Oh, it's breath attack. Psychic? Probably.
Oh shit. It says when you would take damage of this type of damage dealt by the breath of the dragon, you gain. You can use your reaction to take no damage instead.
Well, that's pretty useful for a barbarian, because psychic is one of the only things you can't resist normally.
But I can't use it. I can only use it once per day. So.
Yeah, I think he's got a thing called like the Psychic Scream that's his big attack. It's not necessarily a breath weapon, but it for all intents and purposes, it does the big like 24 d6 like psychic damage blast. Yeah, he would not have been fun to fight.
No, that's why I'm glad we Grimorn talked us into allying with him.
Yeah, not getting killed. It's always a good option.
Always. Yeah.
My enemy's enemy is my friend.
Yeah, pretty much. We can get him to help us burn the giant tree. I gotta start saving stuff on a Word file. My cards are getting filled up with all sorts of crap.
That's what I do. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that real quick. Well, when Long comes back, I think we should give him a chance to do this off-time stuff. Um, before we start anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because he's gonna have like a couple months here to do all sorts of stuff.
I have a feeling he's not going to want to do much, though. He usually, like, when it comes to downtime, he's usually not that interested. Well, he just says, yeah, I hang out with the gladiators, and that's it.
Well, maybe, I don't know. There's that stuff. Maybe he'll try to find a vendor if he wants to sell it.
Definitely, yeah.
It's like worth 30,000 fucking whatever. So
It's worth asking. I just feel like he probably won't have a whole lot that he wants to do.
because is it a rare or a very rare? I think it might be a very rare staff. Oh, I also got them to buy me the elemental essence,
All right.
the hashes.
Could come in handy. A good ingredient for a fire-based magic item if you're crafting something.
Yeah, but I also bought, like in all those towns, I bought what do they call it? Fire elemental ember.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's pretty much the same thing, I guess.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been powdered yet. The ashes would come from embers that you just break down into the ash.
Okay. Okay. That's pretty much it for me, I think. Except if there's some NPCs that goes into town and start introducing themselves for the next mission, but I think I'm done for my downtime.
I need to send this thing to Skywill. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my downtime, I'm doing my chores, taking the garbage out, cleaning the toilet.
Do you want to do the barbarian stuff? The gladiator stuff?
I can do the fireworks while you guys are fighting.
Okay. I like it.
Are you ready for the gladiator stuff?
Yeah. I'll bring in my apprentice to have them like shoot like fire, like flame spells and stuff like that.
Well, are we gonna do it right now, or do I do it towards the end of my thing?
I'm gonna do it as a dice roll. Are your dice more powerful than my dice? Let's go.
All right, what are we rolling?
Athletics, of course. Test of power.
Well, I get to use my scion on that, right?
Yep. Because this all happens before the psionic powers go haywire.
Well, there's the first one, right? Meow.
Oh shit.
23.
Yep, you win. Alright, so their team comes out and they're bragging and they're boasting how they will win the day. And so, hang on, let me look at the Nibene arena group here. So, I had a lot of NPCs. So, the ones that came out here, they were, Gowry. She's like a psionic. She trains beasts. She has beasts at her beck and call that she commands. And she's with the old man, Bertson. And they're sort of like a pair. And he's like a grumpy, short old man. And she's like the upstart apprentice. And so they're cheering from the sidelines. They're like not the main ones, of course. You're actually going up against Ulthos, the arena champion of Nibene.
Oh, shit.
He's 6'1", 187 centimeters, with like veiny brown skin, a lean build. He's got a square, unattractive face, and he's quite hairy, with long dreadlocks and a thick beard. All right. During the battle, he is going to hulk out and get even more hairy because he's a lichen blood hunter. So he's like practically like a werewolf, but not really. It's just like a psionic ability. But he definitely wolfs out during the combat. He uses the advantage on his roll, but it's not enough. He still loses. Some of the other gladiators here face off against the other gladiators from Nibene. So you have Gregor of Tyr, an old favorite. And he gives an evil glare with his, like, scarred face. And he faces down against Ludo, the professional gladiator who's a fighter battle master.
I love the Photoshop you made on that guy.
I know, right? Here, I'm going to zoom in so that anybody on the stream can get the idea that he is, in fact, Dr. Evil on a muscle-bound body. All right, so Gregor of Tyr faces off against Ludo, the professional gladiator. He's got a massive build and he's very focused. And so when the battle ensues, he gives it his all.
Dr. Evil.
Oh, you just looked at it?
You said that, I was like, which one is he? Oh my god. I didn't expect it to be actually Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Ludo actually beat Gregor pretty handily. Gregor can't believe it. He snarls and he goes down in a fit. He's like, I lost again. Let's see, who else was in there? Tachadril, he is the Chad, he is the Alpha. He's like, I am the greatest. And he comes into the battlefield and he faces off against Bretto the Reaver. Now, Bretto the Reaver has a muscular build and cropped wavy black hair and blue eyes. He's courageous to a fault, so he goes in like crazy.
Is this version of Grimoire?
He's actually a stone sorcerer. He uses the powers of earth magic to try to battle Tachadril, which is a matchup that Tachadril's not really used to. So he actually gives him a fairly difficult time.
It's gonna be hard to beat.
No way.
Oh man.
No.
Oh. A
All right.
tie?
So, because Tachadril is stronger than Bretto the Reaver, he actually wins a tie. And so it was a close call, but our champion wannabe Tachadril here, he actually came out just barely with the win against the Earth Priest. He was badly wounded in the fight, though, and he admits the powers of the Earth are formidable. And so he retires to the under arena where he can nurse his wounds. Canla rushes after him. Tachadril, no, he got wounded. And Lisanne says, let me get my healer's kit, Tachadril. Alright. The berserkers in the stands are like, what a fight. Next up we have Quick Wenzer, one of your great giants. And he battles Deoril the Monter. Deoril is a beast rider, and he comes out riding a kank. So a man on a kank versus a half giant, and the battle that ensues is quite a test. An odd matchup. One is much more agile than the other. Quick Wenzer being very quick on his feet.
What is up with 27? Whoa.
Wow. Because of his mount, Deoril the Monter is able to outmaneuver Quick Wenzer, and Quick Wenzer eventually tires and then is defeated in a surprise loss for the Tyrians. Urgos cannot believe it, and he says, no! Half-giants cannot lose! And he's going to go in there and he's going to fight off against several of the other gladiators, like Fintus the Convict and Vesalius the Jazzed and Deb the Gladiator, and he fights them all. He says, bring them all on. I'll prove that the half-giants will not lose. All
Oh
right.
yeah, that's Scion's mind shielding headband.
Yeah.
Forgot. Give me a +1 AC. I was like, why did my AC go down?
Oh shit,
This
that's
one
not
gives
good.
me AC.
He lost by a little bit. All right. He tried to defeat 3 of them. He only beat 2. He ends up being bested by Vesalius the Jest. So Deb the Gladiator, she's a slave. She's a fighter battlemaster, and she puts up a good fight. She's got rugged, pockmarked golden skin and short curled hair, and she's swinging her weapon sporadically. And she's got an injured right hand, and so she actually doesn't put up much of a fight, and Urgos dispatches her pretty quickly. Fintus the Convict, being a cowardly rogue, hides for most of the fight, while Vesalius the Jazzed, who is a bard barbarian combo, comes out with his golden skin and his fancy outfit, and he's flaunting his combat skill and his guile in combat to pull all sorts of dirty tricks that eventually wear down Urgos a little bit. And in the melee, Fintus the Convict sneaks up and gets him with a backstab, and he ends up losing. Although he swats Fintus and knocks him unconscious as he goes down and lands atop him, sort of pinning him in place. But then Vesalius stands atop him as the true victor, and he does a dance on Urgos's back, flamboyant in his motley colors and his festive outfit. Although it's a little bit tattered and torn after the tough battle that he just waged. And he's also tired as his rage ends. Trying to rage and sing a song at the same time is a difficult skill that few have mastered. And so that's a crowd pleaser, and everybody's clapping. They're quite entertained by the battle.
Dang! My team wins.
All right, so you won against their champion, but there's another guy in their group, and he comes forward. So Vesalius, after defeating Urgos the Half-Giant, points at you and says, "I am not done yet." And so are you willing to contest Vesalius the Jazzed?
Of course I am. I do a little stretch and just it does light work for me. You forget, I stand in front of Nibene.
All right, he's got the mobile feat, and he's going to use it to try to keep out of your reach. We'll see if it pays off to his advantage.
When I see him start moving around, I'll activate my ring of jumping, and I'll jump at him.
Oh my god, why is my dice rolling so bad tonight? Come on.
You need me to do an athletics check?
Hell yeah, I need you to do an athletics check. Let's see if you roll, like, nothing but ones. I doubt it, but...
Oh my god, 17.
Alright.
That's not bad.
17's good. Alright, so... you think your one strategy is to make your boots jump high, and you jump.
No, my
Your
ring.
ring, your ring.
My pinky ring, yeah.
Your ring of jumping, and you jump high, and you outmaneuver him. You thought he'd be fast and mobile, but you just jump to wherever he's at. You've got too much movement. You cover too much distance.
Surprise!
And eventually you get the best of him. All right, he
Wow.
concedes. He concedes that not only... Like, he thought that he was good enough to defeat the champion, and then when you defeated the champion, Ulthos, the arena champion, he was like, he wasn't really that tough. I'll fight that guy. And when you defeated him, he was like, you really are the champion. And so you now are the champion between both cities.
I tell him, I am now the Intercontinental World Wrestling Federation champion of the world.
Champion of the Tablelands.
While that happens, I'm shooting actual fireballs. Just
Oh,
above the
pyrotechnics.
crowd.
Yeah.
This is some real WWF stuff. There's pyrotechnics exploding in the background as you
Just-
stand on the
just-
winners.
And the
Plateau.
crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
Just above
I
the
have,
crowd and close enough so that it burns their
Where's
eyebrows.
Soul at? Come on, Rah Rah, where you at?
Where you at, Rara?
Where's Rah Rah? Rah Rah's giving me my my big my entrance theme and stuff.
All right.
You know.
Soul's playing his best performance.
As the herald.
I wish we could hear you, Rara. You're lighting up, but nothing's coming out.
I am the Brahma Bull.
Well, if I can convince Rara to do this for me, I'm gonna go ahead and post it now in the Dark Sun thing here. So, bam.
Nice. Whoa. Yeah.
You want to just like read that out so it's on stream?
Okay. A moment of your time, good man.
I'm in.
I would like to have a say of the laws of this place. When I was young, a merchant cart barreling down through the town ran over my brother and killed him dead right there. I swore, and I looked down and shook my head. I want to make sure that a person who causes the death of another must see consequences. Those merchants care not for life, they only care for coin. So this will hit them where it hurts. Yeah, beheading the killer would settle my heart. But I don't know how I could find out who it was with any certainty so many years later. Anyway, I need you to get to speak with the Templars in the Bureau of the State and the Bureau of Security. I need them to see the merit of this idea. A person causing the wrongful death of another must be imprisoned until their case can be heard, whereupon if found guilty they must pay a year's wages and damages to the surviving family. The wealthy will not be able to end the life of a poor man without cause. I want to see that in this land, all life is defended. Can you do this for me? I will pay you a gold a week. And then we'll see what Rara says. I know that some of my time during this off time needs to be spent in taking my family from Shazlim, which is quite a ways away, over to Tyr. How long would that journey take?
That's tricky. Shazlim's here,
We've been there, but there are no.
and you want to bring them here. I think that's
Now,
about a
we're
week.
also going from Nibene back to there, so this could be on my way back from Nibene to Tyr.
You probably would have to go through Gulg, I think, to go there.
Yeah, you're looking at 5-6 days, maybe 7, depending on if you have any
is
trouble.
the wrong direction. Gulg is south of Nibene. Shazlim is north. That's where I'm from.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you start in Nibene, you spend a couple weeks in Nibene, and then you leave from Nibene. From there, you could go directly to Shazlim, get your family, and then bring them as everybody is going to Tyr.
Just a reminder for Rara and for Sky. The reason why we stayed several weeks in Nibene is that we got training for the psionic ability. So, if you guys wanted, you have like an extra power that
I'm
you can
sorry.
select.
I misspoke. I'm sorry. I thought I was from Shazlim. Now that's where you guys picked me up.
Yeah, you're from south from
Al-Taruk, which is
south of this is like southwest of Grog. From
yeah.
We've been there
So
before.
I went through Gulg. Yeah, I did go through Gulg.
But Gulg don't know you as an enemy, so you might be able to go free. But like I was saying, if you and Rara want, you can select one additional psionic power for your character.
Yeah, I was just gonna go ahead and take the body.
Have you seen the list? Or
I saw the list in the thing.
okay.
But another thing
Equilibrium?
is, I might also want to see if I could figure out, just narrow in the list of House Wavir merchants who are operating in Al-Taruk. Like, how big is that list? This is something that doesn't have to be answered now, but it's something that if I was going to go the path of vengeance, to narrow down who it was who could have killed my brother.
All right, so there would definitely be like a family of merchants that runs the house that is like in Al-Taruk.
I kill them all. No, I'm kidding.
So, I mean, if they have not changed in the meantime, how many years have passed?
Let's see here.
If it's within the last couple years, it's probably the same people right now.
Yeah.
But if it's been 10 years, it might not.
I have not decided that. I have not.
Well, what you could do is you could
Or-
send some spies to investigate House Wavir, and you could get a list of names, and so you'd know who they are and sort of where they live in Ultaruk.
It's been 8 years.
8 years. All right, that's a long time, but you could get the list of the current people of House Wavir in Ultaruk, and at worst, you could capture them and interrogate them.
Where were you 8 years ago?
But that would probably be something you'd probably have to take the whole party to Ultaruk and work that out as like an actual in-game thing.
Okay.
I'm down on an adventure after the downtime.
One of the things that Orin is not opposed to doing is just walking into offices and taking their documents, knocking out functionaries to go ahead and get the information to see justice.
So, what you could do is you could spend some downtime in Ultaruk and try to do a caper. You could do that with a roll.
So that's a crime roll?
Yeah, crime roll.
Okay. And instead of money, I get information. Alright, crime roll. Merchant, noble, looks like.
Yeah, definitely would be a noble level.
DC 25. I get stealth, thieves' tools, and the worst one is investigation, perception, deception. I have those. I have perception. There we go. Okay. Oop. Who's wiggling their hand over me? Someone's patting my table.
Well, that's weird.
Alright, well anyway, let's see here. Now it's straight roll. So stealth. And then, where's these tools? Well, shit.
Not very stealthy. That could have been better.
No.
Still, this is a best out of 3 sort of thing.
Right.
So just succeed really well on the next 2.
And you get
Where's
potions of
my-
invisibility.
Oh, these tools. There we go. Okay, so another. Well, shit.
Ah, so close. So close.
And it's impossible for me to 25 on this other one.
Yeah, all right. Well, no, you didn't need a 25. You needed a 20. You needed 2 20s or better.
But I'm gonna do jail time probably.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. The complication that I rolled says someone who knows of your crime has been arrested on an unrelated matter. All right, who would know of your crime? Hopefully not one of your family members. Maybe you told one of the party members?
But then the party member would be in jail.
No, just choose me, and then the punishment is to be burned to the stake. And if I survive, it's all fine.
Well, it does say it's on an unrelated matter.
I want it to be me.
You want it to be me. All right. So, you get arrested. You are arrested in Ultaruk. All right. So Urin ends up in jail. The party becomes aware of it. What are you guys gonna do?
We had to go save him.
I'm gonna go as an emissary.
An emissary of the Fire Temple. You go to the Temple of Law to beseech on the temple's behalf for him.
Mm-hmm.
On his behalf, I guess, as the temple.
Yeah,
All right.
and see what would be the price to get him free
Okay.
for the petty crime.
Well, you've got a bunch of
I'll
options
go
on how
with
you can
the-
go about this.
I'm not very
I'm gonna go with him
charismatic.
as his muscle.
Oh, you want to be you'll be the bad cop.
A silent bad cop.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess
and-
we'll ask for a meeting for whoever is the judge or whoever
Wait,
is in charge.
there's the acrobatics. There's no escape artist anymore, right?
Nah, just acrobatics.
Okay. Is there a chance that at my arrest I can make my escape?
Huh. Well, all right. Let me think of how you would be imprisoned. There'd probably be not a jail cell because they don't have iron. In Tyr, they did a pit. So they're probably going to have you in some sort of cheap enclosure.
Here's the other complication.
Yeah.
I staged my death in the Altruic military, so I'm actually a deserter.
Ah, indeed. If
Oh,
they
is
find
he
out
a-
who you are, that could be bad.
Yeah,
Do you want to try to disguise yourself so they won't recognize you?
I think it might be too late by the time, like somebody in the military. I'm guessing the military also runs security, so
Most places, they just have half giants in charge of security, and they'll basically just grapple you and hold you until somebody intelligent can look at you and make a choice. So it'll be
Would,
a dumb half
opposed-
giant while you're being held, and then it'll be like a Templar from town that'll ask the questions as like the investigator.
I don't want to kill my pursuer, but I want to try to escape. If I escape the grapple, if I can escape the bonds, if I can escape my cell.
All right, make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Is this a opposed roll? Or a number?
I don't know. You're just
God
trying
dang
to
it.
escape.
God dang it.
All right, your binds are too
Don't you have
tough.
psionics?
You're
Hold on.
initially
Don't you have
unable to get
psionics?
out. I don't know if
Wait
it's
a
going to be
minute,
enough,
wait a minute.
even with it. It is an ability check though, so you can use it.
Dexterity is your psionic, right?
Yeah, I kept forgetting about that psionics thing.
Well, it's a
too late.
15,
No.
so you only need 4 points to get it. So you better roll it, just to be sure. Look at that.
Let's go.
I keep forgetting that that ability exists. It's kind of like the whole class feature, really.
You
That
you are
besides
built
my-
around psionics.
Yeah.
All right, so with a 15, you slip your bonds. Your hands are now free.
Would he have made for like the stealth check? He could have made it right with that psionic.
I could have used that before, but I didn't think of it then, so I'll have to go back next
Okay.
time.
All right. All right, so they throw all the prisoners into a cell. They're all bound and hooked to a wall. You manage to free yourself from your bonds. You're no longer hooked to the wall. The guards are nearby, but if you make a successful stealth, you can sneak past them.
What? No. There
Try
we go.
again. "22, look at that. All right, you sneak away. The half
Don't forget your
giant,
psionic next
the
time.
half giant comes back, looks at the 12 other prisoners, counts on his hand. 1, 4. How many were there before? And the other half giant says, 11. Okay, I think they all there.
All
Hey,
right.
don't make fun of me.
Do we need do we need to go and help or?
No, he got away.
No, no, I'm gonna get away because I mean, you guys also wouldn't know that I was planning to do a life of crime.
However, he snuck out on his own. If you still want to make the roll, I guess you could like. It was probably going to be like a persuasion roll on behalf of the fire temple to try to get him free. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
what I would like to, what I would have tried to do is to see him in that open pit that he would be stuck in,
Hmm.
and then I would have given him a loaf of bread with like a magical fruit hidden inside.
To help him escape.
Yeah, so he could fly out.
Well, that's nice. The flight will help him escape.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
that-
have
that
to
would be like the
table this
last-
for now.
The last meal, like you can. What's up?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna table this life of crime for now and focus on getting my family out of there
Okay.
first.
I don't know. That was
Well,
kind of
the
like a
decided
kind of
this one.
fun events
That was
unfolded.
pretty cool, man.
Yeah. That was like a whole
We just
little
went rogue.
side story. You went on a crime and you got caught and you were in prison and then you escaped.
That's what I was thinking of was when I was talking to him the other day, Skywell,
Yeah.
talking about, and I was like, I want to see you do some shit like that. That's fucking like, oh my god, are we gonna have to go rescue him? Oh my god, I can't wait.
Yeah.
be a breakout, a whole little side story.
Yep.
I wish we could hear Rah Rah. It'd be great to get his 2 cents on this, but he keeps lighting up and I'm not hearing a word. And he's probably saying, damn it, what's wrong with my headset? But nothing coming through. Unfortunate. All right.
Well, there are some other things to address, and that is, a while ago there was a certain, I believe it was an amulet. I'm looking up through my chat history from you, Ninja, and during other escapades. Where is it? I'm trying to find out what it was. Yes, it was. A fragile-looking psi crystal band with mithril vines wreathing the band all around. Precious gemstones. I need to find a buyer for that piece.
All right. Well, anything can be sold in the city of Tyr and the Elven markets. You usually get about half of what it's worth. Did you have a price tag on that, or do you need to know?
I have the price tag on your chat. You said worth half of what you listed in the what it's worth.
Yeah, most items when you sell them, you can sell them for about half of what the listed price is. It's like you buy for full price, you sell for half.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody 5 gold pieces each.
Okay.
Because that's 5 people in the party, yes?
Yeah.
Or am I missing?
Just make sure to send a message to Long and say, "Hey Long, you got 5 gold."
Oh, we're getting 5 gold.
Yeah, he
Gentlemen,
Something?
sold a valuable item and he gave you a split.
I found
shit.
this. I found a rare treasure in our travels through the noble district in Nimine, and I thought that this is just rewards for our savings of the lives of the Templars and the people of Nimine.
Oh, that is when you joined us, isn't it? When you like when you met with us at the tower.
Nay, sir. This is something I found, and
Well, thank you.
He sold the Circlet of Dreamscapes.
What is that?
That is a magical item.
Did you get your magic item up on your table, Sky?
Oh, yeah.
That's yours too.
While attuned to this item, you can concentrate on the Psi Crown, DC 15 con save, to add a d6 to any intelligence-based skill or ability check or any spell attack that uses intelligence as the modifier.
Wow.
Don't
was
tell
really
them
good.
something that I didn't think to get identified.
That was good.
I mean, it was pretty good, but it's a breakable item. It's got one of those things where, like, every time you
Oh.
use it, it has a chance of shattering. So,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it would have been cool for a while if you did identify it and use it, but oh well.
Yeah. Oh well.
It's like selling a utility item. It's like, yeah, it can do a bunch of utility stuff, but the money is more valuable to me. That sort of
Yeah.
thing.
That headband, Will,
Yeah.
is you can actually put a ring of protection inside of that
Nice.
to get an extra +1 AC.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
What's
the-
this psionic items for sale skill shard of thieves' tools?
So when you go into tier and you go to the psionics people, they usually have these items for sale. So a skill shard is an item. You keep it on you, and then when you're doing a skill check, you use it, and it's expendable, and it's dust after you use it. But it gives you
Oh.
a bonus on one roll. So like when you were making those rolls just there, one of those rolls was thieves' tools.
Wow.
One of those rolls was stealth. So like for those rolls, you can give yourself a +4 by buying one of these skill shards. You just use it at the moment that you're making the roll, and on those really important rolls, you can give yourself the
And
upper
they're pretty
hand.
affordable.
And they are pretty affordable, so kind of
Even,
nice to
like,
have.
Tattoo shield. Wow. Dispel magic. Wow. Okay. Cool.
I have a crawling tattoo of counterspell.
The Dorges you can't use unless you are a psionic sorcerer. You have
got the
to
disguise spells.
you have to have psionic sorcerer spells on your spell list, or you cannot use a Dorge. But the tattoos anybody can use. You just have to touch the tattoo to activate it, and then they disappear at the end of the spell duration.
That's why I always get the one for disguise self. It's really very, very useful.
It's the Scrolls of Dark Sun. It's a magic tattoo.
But that was a cool little mission.
That was pretty fun. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna tell you, Taurus Maximus. I was saying one thing that we could do, like this battle with the people from Nimine was quite spectacular. But imagine if we had an actual contest that everyone from the larger city came here for and to fight their best champions. We could have
Like a
have
battle royale.
like the Olympics of wrestling.
Like
Now,
WrestleMania.
Skywill,
Yeah.
That could attract the biggest merchants.
I'm trying to be serious, and when Will laughs, I lose it.
Skywill, I have a question. That crown that you sold, it also had 12 gemstones that are each worth 50 GP socketed onto it. Now,
I thought that
if you wanted to, you could break those off with like a dagger or something, and then you could sell those separately, and those sell for full price.
Yes.
I misunderstood this message here.
However,
That would destroy the magic of the item.
yeah, it would destroy the magic of the item.
Yeah, but it would be worth more.
No.
A gem worth 50
magic.
gold pieces is incredibly valuable, but it does
Yeah,
destroy the
times
item.
5. Times 5. did you say?
I can't sell
12.
it.
There's 12 of those gems.
12 times 50 gold piece.
I can't sell
Like
it
these
as
are
one big set.
these are diamonds.
Dude, that's worth a lot more than the
Oh.
item, the magical item.
All right,
Yeah. Fucking break that shit.
guys.
Oh, we can hear him. What's up?
Yeah, I kind of gotta go early.
The first words we hear from him, and it's I gotta go.
What?
Well, I have a job opportunity for you when you come back. Look at the chat and you'll see.
Yeah.
Rah rah.
Rah,
Yeah,
rah.
Oh, not a bit. I was gone for a bit because I was like asleep. I think. Yeah.
Okay,
Rah,
no
rah.
problem, man.
What's your,
Sky, that's the gems on that thing is worth 600 gold piece.
That's like more than a city, huh?
Sell that.
please sell it.
I'll
Yeah,
give you back the 5 gold.
That was my plan, was to sell this. And yes, if
I mean, if you really wanted to make money, you'd do both. You sell the magic item and you steal all the gems off it before you sell it.
but then the med gems wouldn't work.
I know. Like if you want to make the most money, that would be the crooked, roguish thing to do. But you can leave it intact and sell it for its lesser value, or you can take the
Make
gems.
600 gold.
I want to get my maximum money without doing that. So I didn't know that it was magical. I'm going to go ahead and sell it.
All right. Well, let's say they
for what the
identify it.
gems are worth.
Let's say you identify it before you sell it.
I'm not going to add post,
Well,
post socket.
this is all just sort of loosey goosey. I'm not too worried about it. So we'll just say like,
But-
in order to sell it, they identify it. They conclude that it's a circlet of dreamscapes and what it's worth, what the enchantment is worth, but then like its material value is considerably higher.
Yeah, if they're gonna pay me at least its material value, they'll think that they got a good deal out of it. I'll think I got a good deal out of it.
Like if you would rather sell the gems, they will happily conspire with you to break it apart and sell the gems individually for the higher value.
You don't owe anything to the
Look.
magical item.
I don't. Okay, then buy. I find a new buyer, because if it. What? Okay. Either way, yes. Fine. Fine. Whatever they want to do with it, it's fine, as long as I get the full value of the gems on there.
All right.
Yeah. If they want to break it apart to do so, that's on them.
How do you want to split that? Yeah, 12 and 5 ways doesn't really work.
So, by my accounting, well, actually, I do have some
I guess it would be 120 each.
120 gold. But yeah, you like that's your stuff,
it's 120 gold per person, yes. And I'm going to go ahead and be a man of my word and do so. But
You're my new best friend.
We owe you a big one.
yeah, about that.
Yeah, he didn't realize initially that what he had stolen from like one of the upper noble houses of Nibene while it was in ruins turns out to be super valuable. Yeah, the sad thing is there was like several other items that were in and around that area you could have snagged that were equally or more valuable than that.
We're going back.
Well, here's the thing. I do have a bit of a favor to ask.
Okay.
And so,
Anything you want. All right. You want a tea bag?
I want to see House with your pay. I want to find the killer of my brother. And I want to see justice.
I thought
and
you wanted sexual
I guess
favors.
that's where I can leave it.
This is better.
No, I have I don't. I don't care. I'll burn them.
All right. So a vendetta against House
He,
Wavir.
he hands me a whole bag of shiny gold. I'm like, who has to die for justice? I mean, that I cough. I mean, for justice. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
The fortune.
As long as we're doing justice, yeah. And I take a look at the shiny gold. I'm like, yeah, justice. Justice
Yeah.
is served.
Um,
Ooh.
But what do you think of this idea, Taurus? If we had like the biggest fight in the world, we could get all the richest merchant in the city, including
I
maybe
go,
the ones.
shh. Look at all this gold. We gotta get
Oh,
justice.
no, but think of that. Maybe the House
Yeah, we think
Revere.
about it, but let's get justice first.
Maybe the House Revere would be interested in bringing in their own champion, and that would, if we put a big sum of money as a price, it might attract the one who's ahead of that merchant house.
Oh, you mean like bait?
Yeah.
Like, hmm.
And then maybe we'll find them responsible of a crime and we can burn them alive in public.
Well, then we need to go ahead and start that now because we have to get like emissary guys to go to other towns to get all the gladiators so we can have like a crazy wrestle match.
We can send some messengers to all the big towns.
We
We can
could
talk.
call it the Royal Wrestling Ring.
We can talk to the people in charge of this arena to make the preparations for it.
Oh, we got to. We're gonna have to spend some gold to make this place bigger.
And also we could talk maybe to the people in charge in the city, and they can invest in the party because that would be a giant attraction for people for
Speaking of that
business.
investiture, um, I have some concerns. Do you not think that some of the other sorcerer kings might think that Tyr is now weakened and ripe for attack now that we are without one?
Many of the gladiators will say, Uruk thought they could beat us, but we drove them back. 3 cheers for Free Tier City.
That is true. And we have Nibene on our side.
So is our standing army of such that we could repel such attacks?
Well, we would be part of the army to fight the offense, and we do have some allies that could help us potentially. But don't forget too,
I mean,
we have the biggest gladiator in the world too on our side here.
Do I need to meet with the Bureau of with the High Bureau and I guess it's the Bureau of Finance maybe?
Well, I have some.
Or no, Bureau of Defense. Here we are, Bureau of Defense. So does Tyr get raided? I mean, I suppose its trade routes get raided by brigands. What sort of?
Well,
I guess I want to know what kind of issues does Tyr face because
the structures that we found to be in the city. Generally, the Templars takes a look at the city, but the people that handles, the roads and the trade markets are the merchant houses. And the merchant houses are the one that we had to actually deal with to be able to build an army to defend the city. So, as much as you might not
it all
like them,
comes back to the merchant houses.
Most of the trade between cities is covered by them. You can't do it without them.
Yes.
Just because they do things at
Unfortunately,
such scale, they have the giant wagons that carry the huge amounts of water.
But I can tell you one thing though, some have been better than others. There's some bad houses in the city, like there's some better ones like we've seen in Nibene. They are not all so greedy.
I'll drink to
do-
that.
They do understand that they depend on the workers to make their money.
Do they now?
Well, not all of them.
I
but-
should like to speak with some of these merchant houses. It might bring peace to my heart.
Some, I can't remember exactly which one, but some of them were pretty annoyed to deal with. There's some association too in the city. There are groups that looks after different parts of the industries that runs the city.
Perhaps if Tyr is to flourish in the way that, well, it seems that the path that you have set it upon, and the path that has caused me to feel that it is the best future for my family, and I suspect for many families across the tablelands, then we need to protect this, and we need to make sure that, well, that we're in the interest of picking winners and losers.
Well, the city is prospering right now, which is a good thing, and this might be a good encouragement for the merchant house to see their coffers fill up. They might not want to lose that because sorcery kings, they do have tendency to want to take more from them as well. I'm sure they appreciate the freedom that they have now, but getting more allies in the world might be a good idea too, to have better affiliation with some other large cities or free cities that are in the world.
How much time do I spend or for the pit fighting? How much money do I make pit fighting?
All right. Well, as the grand champion of the two city tournament,
Or
there's actually a prize that I have to generate. So I could do that right now if you want.
I'll roll it.
When you're done with that, I have some more questions.
It's for that first week of pit fighting. The first one's a strength athletics check.
And with this gold, I could probably buy a decent magical weapon, huh? Not weapon, but item.
23.
Hmm.
That was a 4 athletics or acrobatics check. And my constitution check.
How heavy are you, Orin?
22.
Like your character with his gear?
So I got 2 out of my 3 rolls for my
I don't
pit
have
fighting.
that rolled up here on my character sheet. Let's just say 200, 250.
Okay. I am 63 pounds.
What? What are you again?
A cleric.
No, but you're not a human?
I'm a half elf.
63 pounds?
Most of my stuff is in the bag of holding.
That's the weight of your gear, 63 pounds.
Yeah,
Well,
that's his gear weight.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Yeah.
It's a
Right.
big carried.
Yeah,
fine.
your
I-
actual body isn't 63.
Yeah.
Because, shoot, my son is...
I forgot about.
I'm
yeah.
at 77 pounds.
What would be my weight then? Like for normal.
You decide your own weight.
Weight. Characteristic.
Should be within like. a
It says
threshold.
155 pounds.
Yeah,
155 plus 63 pounds of gear. Okay. That's kind of annoying. I'm very tempted on buying the magic carpet.
Okay, if I just drop my backpack with all my clothes and bedroll, I'm back down to light load. With all my leather worker tools and what have you. Oh, and rations, those are heavy too.
I was gonna. Hey, Ninja, are you there?
Yeah.
I was last gonna ask you, hey, how much would it cost me to get a Ring of Fire Elemental Command? And then I noticed that it's a legendary weapon item, so.
Oh,
I was
a little
I was
out of
like,
your
"Ah,
range.
Yeah, forget about it.
All right, Joe. So, from the arena, you get a cut of the ticket prices to the arena that day, which amounts to 110 gold.
Whoa, nice.
The top prize.
Oh, you got 110 gold?
Yes. Well, like they got a lot of lesser coins, but they condense it into actual gold.
Wow. This
Now-
WrestleMania shit's turning out great.
Now, all the gladiators from Tier participated. It was sort of a team effort. So if you want to give any of that to the other gladiators, that would be a cool guy move. The top prize.
I give them money based on their rank.
All right. Well, from that 110
So,
gold
how
pieces,
many?
you can give as much as you want.
How much is how many of them are there?
I'll just look at the arena right there. It was these were the participants. You had Quick Windsor, he lost. Urgos did pretty good against 2 out of 3 guys that he fought. Gregor of Tyr, he lost unfortunately. T'Chadril got a win. You know, so there
Okay.
was a bunch of fights.
All my winners are gonna get. All my winners are gonna get 2 gold pieces out of that 110,
All right.
and all my losers are gonna get 5 silver.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how that works out.
I don't think they really do silver. It's like ceramic pieces.
Oh, ceramic pieces. They'll get 5 ceramic pieces.
I thought you were gonna give like half.
So,
The
so they'll
winnings.
get what? They'll get
It'll
what?
be
50 ceramic pieces a piece.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to make it like a half a gold.
Yeah.
I send you a DM, Ninja.
All right. Still trying to read this one card.
Yeah, no, do your stuff, but just let me know.
I'll calculate it out if you just tell me how many winners and how many losers I got.
I'm gonna say that you cannot buy this one, but you can craft it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can go into that. You do have enough time to do it.
I would love that.
All right. So, Joe, you paid some money there. There were a few other items of note. The large, well-made tapestry depicts your victory. They have a pretty good likeness of you in tapestry form.
Okay. Of course.
It's pretty big, though.
Take,
I don't know if you want to carry it around. You probably want to find a place, like a home of a stronghold of some kind where you can hang it up. The rope necklace with a fat gem worth 64 gold on it is an indication that you won the tournament. So it is like the necklace of the champion of the tournament. So you might.
It's not a belt.
It's not a belt. No, they don't do belts. They do rope necklaces that you can wear around your neck like a barbarian. If you wear nothing else,
Okay,
you wear
alright.
the fat bling around your neck. It's so valuable, people will want to steal it, but you're so dangerous in the ring that they wouldn't dare. So it's sort of like a boastful declaration that nobody dares steal from like the gladiator champion in the street. He just wears huge gems around his neck. It's a status symbol. But you also received a lacy handkerchief from a suitor, so some lady
Nice.
lady half giant wants to
What?
reward
Okay.
you later that night.
and I will reward her.
All right. So that's all the wins from the gladiator arena event.
Does
So I got 110 gold minus. Let's just say it's 10 gold off the top.
Sure.
Cool. So I'll take 10 gold off the top and split it between these guys. Let's say I give the winners 4 times as much as the losers. However that works out.
I wanted to know if hiring NPCs is the same going rate as found in DMG.
Well, instead of gold, you have ceramic pieces.
Right.
So I don't know. You have to do some conversion.
I feel like
25.
we need to raise more of an army.
I think the standard fare is like 2 silver pieces in D&D, which would be, I don't know, like 20 ceramic pieces in this.
And that's on a per day.
Yeah.
I could
No,
work
there's
on.
2 silver pieces a day for unskilled workers, which would translate to
Soldiers are different though.
2 ceramic pieces here. Something like that.
No, unskilled people will
Because-
want ceramic pieces. Skilled people might want gold.
Per day?
Oh yeah. The skilled people are likely to be hired for a particular job for like 100 gold or 200 gold, and they'll do it, and then they'll go about their business. Whereas the unskilled people are your like little minion hirelings that do all the menial shit. You can hire them for a
So
long term at
We need a
cheap.
structure.
So for 73, by my math, for 73 gold, I could hire a warrior guard for a year. I just did 365 days divided by 5.
Yeah, it sounds about right. 75 gold to hire somebody for a year.
That's like one person.
That's one person. It's one like bodyguard. To hire a personal bodyguard for my family.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh.
That's kind of a lot, but I don't see a whole lot in the way of magic items that I need right now. So maybe I can start paying him now. I want to.
I actually had that table pulled up on the other thing. I can actually pull that up. 1 second.
You know what? I tell you what. There's one of the gladiators that is starting to get a bit old for the ring, but still has battle experience. Maybe one of them would be a good
I
a
know
good
a guy.
choice.
Yeah. You could try to convince one of the gladiators to look after your family.
Yeah.
But which one?
Which one do you trust?
Quicksilver.
Gregor
take
of
some
Tyr
time.
has been trustworthy, if not the most successful.
Yeah, Quicksilver has been more talk than actions. Yeah.
Yeah, Quick Windsor tends to be a problem because he's always quick to jump the gun.
Yeah,
Yep.
I need not that sort of a man in my family's midst.
Maybe one of the ladies. Lisanne has always been nice.
It would be 2 ceramic pieces per day for a skilled worker in this one.
I would go with Lisanne if I were you. Conla's been the crazy one.
Then you don't have to worry about her trying to have her way with your family.
Or do you? You see the haircut with the shave down the side.
Oh! What, you're making assumptions there?
Well, my perception check is on point, but she does like to chadrill a lot, so she swings both ways.
Um. Well, these are all currently employed gladiators. I was thinking about someone who is already what they would call a has-been.
Has been. Any of these people with that label would be offended.
I wouldn't say that out loud, of course.
It would be 730 ceramic pieces, which would come out to 7.3 gold pieces
What are you talking about?
for a year.
Isn't 10 silver a gold?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But that's
We use
it's 2
ceramic
gold
pieces.
pieces per day in Forgotten Realms, which would be 2 copper pieces
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be 20? Isn't that like 2 differences away?
Well, 1 gold is like 100 copper. No, not copper, but 100 ceramic.
Ceramic.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so I take some time getting to know the different gladiators, and Gladiator Lisanne is interested in leaving the field of gladiatorial combat.
Sure. That'll work out
Oh,
for her. She
okay.
needs a job on the side when there's nothing to do. I swear I used to have like a little card that had the specific coin differences on here. I just wanted to look at it for reference, but where is it? I do not know.
Well, maybe she will take a liking to my brother Torv. He's a retired veteran. Now a stable hand working in the family business of shepherds. Cank farmers.
Your family new to town? Trying to get them integrated into society?
Right.
Show them around, introduce them to all the workers. Alright, let me spawn in some things here. Actually, Joe Deb, you probably have to spawn them in. I'll drop them in the Dark Sun chat. So there was this image. These were some of the big players in tier that you can talk to.
Put it on.
Now, Rara's going to be carousing with the senators a bit to try and get this.
On a token.
Rara with 120 gold, he's going to be able to buy the fanciest clothes in the world. Pimp it out.
I'm literally sitting on a bunch of gold right now, guys. I don't even know what to do, and I'm still waiting for my magic weapon.
Yeah, I'm getting one done too. So.
Oh, Arresto is gonna finish it right at the end of your downtime, so you'll get it.
How much might it be for the for my item?
Alright, well, you want to make a magic item. Using the power of your cleric magic, you can cast Fireball every day for 30 days. That's what it takes. So you're going to cast your Fireball into a magic item. What item will hold this magic enchantment? It has to be of masterwork quality.
Are you ninja?
Can I infuse that again in my lantern, or do I need to get something?
Yeah, this will work all right. Nah, it's got to be a new item. This is a disposable object. You don't want to use your lantern
yeah.
for this.
Well, it's rechargeable though.
Typically, this would be a wand. Do you want a wand?
It's rechargeable though.
And a lantern that shoots fireballs is kind of cool.
Yeah, but I care about the. It recharges at the dawn at the dawn. Like 1d6 plus 1. If I expend the last charge of the 7, then I have to roll a d20, and if I roll a 1, it's destroyed. But I don't really have to use them all.
When you get done, can I talk to a Rosto?
You can talk to a Rosto anytime. He's always available.
I would buy a masterwork wand.
All right. You seek out the finest piece of wood in the land.
Can it be made of iron?
Oh, you want a wand made of iron. That's going to increase the cost to 200 times what a wooden wand would cost.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Spend 2 gold on it.
That's fine.
All right. So you have yourself a wand. What does this wand look like?
Can I make it look like a swirly flame?
All right.
And it looks sharp too.
All right. I'm trying to write this down. Wand of fireball made of iron, swirly flame design. What else?
Maybe I can buy like a nice ruby and put that at the tip.
Ruby worth. Price tag.
I choose, I guess. How
Yep.
much is a ruby normally?
It's up to you. You can get tiny ones. You can get big ones.
It's gonna be like 15 gold.
A 15 gold ruby. All right. Made of iron and socketed with ruby, worth 15 gold. Swirly flame design, wand of fireball as standard. I think we're supposed to be aiming for like 200 gold worth of materials, so
Maybe.
you're 17 deep, so let's see. What else can you throw at this? You wanted to throw in your tentacle maybe, right?
My what?
Or not tentacle. What sort of like ingredients can you add to this? Like your ashes or something? How many of those have you got?
Fire elemental essences.
All right. You need to include like an item in any magic item crafting. So the value of those items, how much can you put into it?
I have like 7 pounds of that stuff, which is not worth that much.
15, 2.
It's worth 50 copper piece per pound.
said you had 8 pounds?
7.
7. All right.
There's a circlet of attunement. I think I want it.
Let's say you keep one of those fire elemental things,
Okay.
and you put the rest into the wand. All right. Now make a religion check.
Actually, I have 11 of those. I don't have 7. I have 11.
All right. Well, 6 is enough to get you to 20 GP.
A religion check? Give me a second. Can I give myself guidance for that?
Sure. Be a good time to make a sacrifice of some kind if you want bonuses.
I don't really have anything good to sacrifice.
Gotcha.
Hey Ninja, that circlet of attunement you have on the tier shop, did anyone buy that already?
I don't think so.
I just bought it from you.
All right.
4600 CP.
46 gold pieces down the drain.
400 CP is, oh I'm sorry, 4600 CP is 46 gold, right?
Yeah.
Oh, can I try a divine intervention?
You want to use divine intervention? All right, cool.
Yeah, I need to roll a. You need to roll. Do I roll or you roll? It's like a D100, I think.
What's my target?
It's like 10% because of my level.
I rolled a 1 and an 8.
What is that? 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't work.
Uh,
Okay, I'll have to do the religion check.
the gods do not answer your call. You'll have to pray harder.
Well, I'll try to roll. I hate rolling for stuff like that.
Let's see it.
23.
23 is good. All right, cool. Added to my notes. Alright, cool. I'm going to try to make that more of an interesting item than just a wand of fireballs. I want it to have a little more personality and some uniqueness. Because it's a religious artifact, right? Like you're not just buying a wand of fireballs. You are creating from the best materials you can get with like the theme of like the red gem and all this. You're creating something that channels the divinity of fire to create these.
It could have been forged out of the eternal flame in the shrine.
And like the heat of its forging in iron is also part of it, and you're praying over it and channeling your spell slots of fireball into it every day. So this is a sacred thing that even your worshippers will consider to be like a holy artifact of fire.
I'm gonna put my kids to bed real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad Long wasn't here. I'm sure he's having a much better time. He's gonna have to play catch up next week. Time is at 11:37. Does anybody else have something they want to do? Some rolls they want to make?
Yeah, I want to talk to Arosto and show him see how the progress on my thing is. See if he needs help with anything, and ask him if it's too late to give him more money and possibly get it up from a +1 weapon. Since he's only like halfway done making it. Or is that going to change the amount of time?
How much gold have you got?
How much gold? Now that you guys just gave me all the gold, I got 200 gold to spend.
If you give him another 80, he'll upgrade it.
I'm in. Taking 80 off.
Alright. You sink 8,000 gold into upgrading your weapon to... Or not gold, but, you know, ceramic pieces.
8,000 ceramic pieces.
8,000 ceramic pieces into upgrading your weapon to +2. Arosto is going to focus his psionic energy into this weapon, all of his heart and soul. This will become like a sentient weapon with the heart of Arosto imprinted on it. And Arosto is lawful good. He only wants to do harm to people who deserve to have harm done to them in the preservation of life to protect the innocent. So, like, you will find out that this weapon, if it is used against somebody who doesn't deserve it, it doesn't function as a +2. So you cannot use it unjustly. You must slay the wicked with it to get that +2 enchantment.
So I gave him 6,000 for the initial, or I'm sorry, 6,000 plus I gave him the initial money. So I'm
Yeah,
at, what,
that was going to be a
16 grand?
+1 with the enchantment that caused like the extra effect, right?
Cleaving.
Cleaving.
Oh, no, booming. The booming. The booming. Oh.
Yeah.
This is what it was. I'm gonna put it in chat real quick.
So it's got like 3 enchantments in it now. That's a heavy duty item.
Oh, let him pause.
We need to help Rara get like a like one of these instrument of bard.
He has one, doesn't he?
I don't think so.
I could have sworn he had one.
No, I don't think so.
Well, if not, they are on the list, right?
Because that would be so good for her. Like, I don't know that he really has much.
He's never here.
True.
But he just got a bunch of money, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I still have 120 gold. But I'm gonna get that proficiency slot. So now I have an extra 2-minute slot.
Did you make that card, Ninja?
Oh, it's just a standard wand of fireballs for
Okay.
mechanics. I just have notes. Notes on construction and crafting and what you rolled, just for my own storytelling and whatnot for the narrative.
Thank you. Well, that means that I can make changes.
Yeah, I guess I never did put a instrument of the bards on any of the city item shops, unfortunately.
Can we find one?
Yeah, you could definitely try to find one. If somebody's sitting on some extra downtime they didn't use, you could spend a week trying to get a magic item for soul.
With the one, if I wanted to, I could use the 7 charges in one shot and create a fireball level 9.
It's too bad he's not here to make his own rolls and look for his own magic items.
When you cast stuff that's above your level, whether it's from an item or not, you still have to roll a check to see if you can do it.
No, not with that.
No, we made Barker do that. He had
Yeah,
to
well,
roll.
I'm not
extra on
casting.
it.
I'm not casting a spell for that. Like it's an item effect.
No, he was casting from an item. He had to roll. And it didn't use the charges if you failed. He just had it.
Well, what's the highest level fireball you can cast without a roll?
Level 5.
Yeah, so like that's still pretty damn strong. As long as you
Yeah.
cast it like that, you don't have to make a roll. And even if you did have to make a roll, you'd probably succeed, right?
Yeah, probably. But I wouldn't roll that anyway. I wouldn't use the 7 charges in one shot, anyways.
Yeah, it's like a desperation move. It could break, right?
Yeah. You know, it's like this one is just really good, so it gives me more spell slots. That's mainly it. Because I don't have to use, my 3rd level spell slot. I can just shoot like fireballs like several times and.
Or you could diversify. You could use other kinds of spells. Typically,
Yeah,
3rd level
exactly.
gets eaten up by that fireball, but if you could pick some other
Yeah.
things, there's a lot of good 3rd level spells.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll have a little bit more options with that because it takes one of my biggest um, slot eater, like pretty much. It consumes a lot of my spells, like when we're in fight.
Of course, you being able to throw fireballs every turn is going to be a problem for balancing. I'm going to have to throw some hefty shit at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nature of high-level gaming. Get ready to fight the occasional Tarask. That's all I have to say.
Well, that means better items dropping.
Yeah.
Hey, they have this carpet of flying here.
I know. I've been looking at that.
Well, they just gave you 120 gold.
Dark Sun doesn't have Tarasks. I should have one of those sky whales attack you out of nowhere. You're just crossing the desert when suddenly...
Well, I could buy it.
You literally have all the money.
I know.
You've been talking about it for a while. Surprised you didn't buy it. I'm gonna buy it. It says its capacity is 400 pounds and it's only a 4x6. There's no way it stretches to fit me, is there?
I don't think so. The problem though is that it would actually slow your speed.
Barbarians can't wear armor. Some magic items do resize. What was the item?
He's a half giant though.
I was talking about the carpet of flying.
Oh, the carpet of flying? Nah, carpet of flying is big enough for a half giant, but you would pretty
It says
much...
It's only 400 pounds.
Really? Well, there's
It's a 4x6.
3 sizes of flying carpet, though. There's a really
Well,
big
this
one.
one's 4x6.
Yeah, if you're just getting the little one, it's not as good. I think the one that's available is the smaller size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be so cool if we had that for traveling. Like we put everybody on a giant carpet and then we just fly through.
You need an airship.
From one place to another.
You need to tame one of those sky whales.
Yeah, like we literally need
This
that because the traveling, as much as like it's part of this world and all that stuff, it's time consuming.
It's too bad you don't have Diamond Dragon from way back at the beginning. He was going to be like a druid. He would have been able to control the animals, control the sky whale, so you could just climb on top of it and ride it from city to city.
Yeah, there's a reason why I've been hesitating on spending all that money on that carpet flying because it would end up mostly be a good utility for flying when it becomes useful, but at the same time I could get a bunch of fruits that makes me fly if I wanted to instead.
That's true.
Because
Yeah,
it wouldn't
pretty
save
handy.
me anything.
You'd-
Most of the time, like I'm on an animal, when I'm. Like,
Well, you
traveling
would
through
never
the
have to use an animal. You'd never have to walk. You just use the carpet to go everywhere.
Yeah. In fights,
Oh
it would
my
become
God.
very good because I could just fly and shoot spells from the sky.
Yeah.
But the thing though is that I do have quite a bit of armor now, so I'm not sure if it really like I can actually get close combats now.
I wonder if you could like tie a smaller flying carpet to your shoulders and wear it like a cape most of the time, and then just have it like drag you around so you're like being like carried by it on the front.
You could.
That'd be funny, just like a dangling knight hanging from his cape,
Yeah.
swinging his
We
sword
would-
at enemies.
We would have to tie it up around Thor's belly, and then that would be like a big belt.
Yeah, he's a little too heavy for it. He weighs like a metric fuck ton, so he would just he would weigh it down to the ground and pin it down.
What's your weight though? What's the weight of your character?
Like 1,400 pounds.
No, yeah. So you'd be moving at 15 feet.
He needs one for each foot and one for his ass. 3 flying carpets.
Yeah,
Flying carpet skates.
it's a really cool thing, but you know what? I think like Oren would probably benefit more than me, or even Saul would benefit more than me.
Oh yeah, Soul with a flying carpet. He'd stay airborne, just shooting arrows and just bestowing
Casting
his
spells.
bardic inspiration and casting spells from the air, without
Yeah,
worrying about melee attacks by monsters.
that would be awesome. Like that would work well. Right now, I can actually probably fight next to you, Taurus, with not being too scared of dying. You know,
Until you get shot by a blast.
what a spell or
Yeah.
yeah, but that I don't. It doesn't matter where I'm standing for that.
The nice thing about a flying carpet is even if you're dropped while on it, you go prone on the flying carpet. The flying carpet itself will not fall out of the sky.
Hmm.
Unlike some other methods of flying, like if you are casting the fly spell, if you go unconscious, you fall.
Yeah. Well, it would be good just for like combats, I guess, because I would be flying over people.
Mostly useful in the outdoors. In a dungeon, you might not have enough roof space to fly around
Yeah.
real high up in the ceiling areas.
Yeah, and then the 120 gold, I can keep it for something else. There's gonna be a time when I'm gonna need that type of money. I think. If it's not for the shrine, you know, it's gonna be for something else. For the city or whatever, you know.
That's why I keep my money in my bag of holding. Or in my what do you call it?
I was thinking, you know, about like future plan for a high level like fire cleric and tier. And I was thinking that to create a powerful spell that could connect the city of Brass with Tyr and maybe give power of flame back to the Templars, and it would become a giant city of flame. But for something like that, it would be I don't even know where to start.
Oh man. Did you know that in Europe there's a deed to a tavern for 50 gold?
Huh.
A what?
There's a deed to a tavern, hostel, or other innocuous city building. It has a large, clean basement with hidden side rooms, perfect for a secret laboratory, meeting room, vaults, torture chamber, or what have you.
Where is that?
It's on the black market in Europe.
The black market always has some interesting stuff for sale.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay, I'm back.
I guess my question is oh man, never mind.
Is there a way that I could actually like contract people to even build the shrine bigger in Ninja? Like to make it like an actual, you know, like you can have a small church, but you can have like a big fucking church, you know?
Yeah, you can add more buildings. That's fine. Do you have that one
Yeah.
book, the Strongholds guide that we were using for the Forgotten Realms game? Just look in that, and it'll give you some pricing.
What is it called again?
Stronghold Builder's Guide, I think.
Yep.
Strongholds V0-1, is that it? Fortresses, temples, and strongholds. That's probably not it. I have several of these about building stuff. This one's kind of fun, though. The one it's got in here... Let's see, where's that?
Is it?
Temple.
Is it Stronghold's Builder's Guide or Guidebook?
Yeah, I think that's the one. So, let's see. For 25 gold, you could build a chapel. It would take you 2 weeks.
What's the next
What?
step?
There's an invisibility cloak at Inibine.
No, that's not the right book.
I think you'd like the chapel.
Is there something bigger than that? Can you send me a put a link for it? I'm not looking at the right stuff.
It's 2 different books. Oh, they're not letting me send it. It's too big.
I have it in my thing. Hold on, I'll see it in my drive.
I think Borker might have sent it to me.
No, I sent it in the drive. It's in here.
Yeah, Stronghold, I got it.
I have a link to it at
There you
least. And he's got one as
Strongholds,
well.
Fortress, temples, strongholds. World building option.
Anyway, that's the one I was looking at just a moment ago. But there's another one too.
I got Strongholds version 0-2 and then Stronghold Builder's Guidebook.
Now this is all in Forgotten Realms prices, but you could change the gold into ceramic pieces for all the hirelings and stuff on that. 5 ceramic pieces a day for a thug, 10 ceramic pieces a day for a spy, 20 for a berserker, 40 for a knight. 1 gold piece a day for an assassin. That's the most expensive guy. Or a mage. The same price for a mage.
Out of one of those buildings.
Yeah, the PDF, the Strongholds V0-1, it's got a little hirelings thing on page 15.
Arcane Study Chapel, okay.
I think it's the other book that's got like a bigger building. The chapel's the only one this one has. This is kind of short.
It's 1 room point. 2500 GP, so that's like what? 25 gold?
Yeah. Stronghold Builder's Guidebook. Let me crack that one and see what that says.
Permanent aloe spell. Oh god, it gives you advantage on your religion checks.
Yeah, it does. That's why I said you'd like that one. It gives you a bunch of
Yeah.
advantages.
Yeah, it would give me advantage on sacrifices.
Not bad for 25 gold, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It does take 2 weeks for them to build it, though, so there's a bit of a time crunch. You can pay to have it done in the background by some hirelings and stuff, though, so it doesn't really eat into your downtime. It's just, if you've got the downtime, it's an easy addition.
May also be billed as a shrine, spirit lodge, or observatory. So just be like an actual upgraded shrine.
Alright, so the other book has Chapel Basic, 1,000 gold pieces. That would actually be 10 gold in Dark Sun. Chapel Fancy, that would be 60 gold in Dark Sun. The prerequisites are that you hire at least 1 acolyte to run it. And then there's the Luxury Chapel, which would be 250 gold. And you need 2 acolytes to run a Luxury Chapel.
Does the chapel make any money? Through donations or whatever?
A space dedicated to worship of the higher power It includes an altar, some pews, the worshippers, and an icon of the power in question. There's also a closet for keeping religious supplies and garb. You don't need a cleric around so that you can visit the place and pray in it. Official services can only be run here by a person ordained by the higher power. Your character's chosen the basic chapel, has no magic extras, but most stronghold builders have their chapels hallowed or unhallowed. Many chapels commonly include items of wondrous architecture. Up to 40 people can fit in here for service if you need a greater capacity. So it would be hallowed ground, so for 10 gold you can make a basic chapel that is hallowed. That's good. The fancy chapel can house up to 60 people, so that's a bigger place. It's got nicer pews. There's a dressing room for your one acolyte that you hire. So that place, like the chapel, that's got an upkeep, right? You need to hire that acolyte, so that's like 73 gold per year.
So
Well,
the price
I could actually pay for that.
it's not 73 gold a year. It's 70 or 7.3 gold per year. If you take the numbers and bring it back to, if you convert the gold piece requirement from Forgotten Realms to straight 2 copper pieces, that's
Well,
not divided by 10. It's divided by 100.
You're right, but let's look at it like they are like a mage. They're a first level fire cleric basically. So a mage charges 1 gold, so it would actually be 365 gold a year.
How much?
For an acolyte, 365 gold per year. Because they would charge 1 gold per day.
Yeah, so mage is 100 gold a day.
So would it be 100 ceramic per day?
Yeah, it would be 1 gold per day, 100 ceramic. But think about it this way. So, like, that's how much he needs for his basic survival, right? But he could be taking collections from the locals that
Yeah,
covers
that's what I'm saying.
covers
Like,
his costs and ends up making money.
Yeah, is there a way for the church to collect so it pays for itself?
Yeah, there definitely is.
Yeah, because that's what I would do then.
But if the
Well-
church doesn't make the money, then you have to come up with.
Well, we have our farm, and then what we could do is just ask for whatever people can donate
Sure.
for food in exchange. Even if it's not like sometimes we gotta give it away, but what if they can even drop like a few ceramics at a time, it'll end up becoming a gold a day pretty quickly. There's
Well,
no people to feed.
You're the master of the temple, so what I want you to do is like create some rules that are like set in stone that all your followers are going to try to adhere to. So like say how much are you trying to collect from the average parishioner? Like fire clerics usually perform a service, right? Like if there's a situation, people will come to the fire cleric as like a problem solver, and like usually it'll be involve like burning out some infestation of monsters or something.
Yeah, or a lot of times they'll do a sacrifice because people are spiritual and they believe in the spiritual ways. to
Yeah,
solve
or like
problems.
burning a body.
Yeah, and we offer the service too to the guards to get rid
Cremation.
of their prisoners.
Cremation.
Yeah,
And you can
You're the
even
one-
heal people, although the kind of healing fire clerics do usually leaves a nice burn scar.
Cauterization. You know.
there you go.
You are clerics after
Yeah.
all. Clerics heal people.
Yeah. Well, I don't really want to. I don't really want it to be complex, and I don't want to make profit from it, Ninja. I just want it to like run itself.
Well, if you actually calculate that you're making profit, then you would just say that, hey, they had more funds, they hired on another cleric.
So in that case, when you make your rules of the temple, what you would say is that you're trying to collect from the public 1 gold per day to cover your own costs, and that's all it has to say.
Yeah.
And that way, it'll end up costing you nothing.
I'll do that.
Well, if it ends up making profit, you can always take the earnings, the teeth, and head like put it towards opening up another temple in another town, like Nibene. Like
Well, there's already
you know,
something
they
over there. But like whatever profit would probably go into buying seeds and stuff like that for the farm to keep on running.
or yeah, making the outside of Tyr more fertile. You know,
Yeah.
so you can expand your farms.
There you go. Okay, I'll have to put it together. Well,
Yep.
how much? How many? You said like 60 gold at the beginning to spend, or 65 for the nicer temple, like a church.
Well, you couldn't afford the really fancy one.
No. But there's like the mid-level.
The fancy chapel. The fancy chapel was 60 gold, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll pay that,
And it can house up to 60 people when you have a service there.
and I'll have the people from Nibene work on it, the sculptures, since they don't really have a job. I'll pay them to start the construction of this. And
It
maybe
says
they'll
here
give-
that the acolyte that you hire has a +7 on religion rolls if he has to make one.
Holy shit.
And he can cast like a couple of first level spells, cleric 1.
Okay, so he's like a level 1 cleric.
He is a level 1 cleric with a +7 on religion rolls. Very devout.
Holy
Damn.
shit!
He has like what 20 freaking wisdom, the
I guess so.
guy. He's like, okay. That's fine. But like I said, I'll have the people from Nibene work on it to sculpt it.
I guess that explains why he costs a gold a day.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, he's gonna be able to assist. He will be able to assist on a sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
And does that one still gives the advantage, like the other one, or? Like,
Correct. I have that detailed somewhere. Let me look that up real quick. New spells. Consecrate. Second level, evocation, ritual. Alright, this spell blesses an area with holy power. Undead creatures in the area get disadvantage to resist turn undead, and every undead creature entering a consecrated area suffers minor disruption, giving it a -1 penalty on attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves. Undead cannot be created within or summoned into a consecrated area. If the consecrated area contains an altar, shrine, or other permanent fixture dedicated to your deity, pantheon, or aligned higher power, the modifiers given above are doubled. You cannot consecrate an area with a similar fixture of a deity other than your own patron. If the area does not contain an altar, shrine, or other permanent fixture of a deity, pantheon, or higher power other than your patron, the consecrated spell instead curses the area, cutting off its connection with the associated deity or power. Alright, so basically, like, if you have an enemy shrine and you build your own shrine on it, it then desecrates their shrine, and vice
Yeah.
versa. But anyway, a consecrated area makes your temple real strong against undead, and I guess water summoned creatures as well.
It'll be kind of interesting though that they're gonna have to demolish the old shrine and build a new shrine around and like an internal flame floating in the air.
Are you going to demolish the old one? I mean, you could just build it as like an additional
guess,
building
yeah.
off to the side. You can
I
make
guess
like a
they'll
little
just add to it.
campus of buildings.
Yeah, they'll have to build around it.
Well, typically they would keep the original temple in its own place and then break down walls and rebuild walls and make the actual walls bigger and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Build a big adjoining building with like a little connecting tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Make the room with the eternal flame like a room of prayer and sacrifice.
Yeah.
It could be even like a higher level area for like the initiates
Yeah.
to the sacred flame. Only they're allowed into the room, and the lesser initiates have to stay in the first building in the chapel.
No, I think people needs to see it no matter what.
All right, you don't want to have any like secret
Yeah,
rites. You want it all
you
out
can't hide
public.
that. Like yeah, it's like on an altar. Like people come by and they see that giant ball of flame.
All right,
You know.
you are not a mystery cult. You're a wide
No.
open cult.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want like the fort that you have on the little table there. I want enough of windows so at night you can see like the light coming out of it.
So we handled the first few weeks while we were in tier. Then we came here. We spent the first week of downtime doing the little gladiator thing. I did a week of pit fighting as part of that, and I made a lot of gold. Now I don't expect to make more gold like that. I want to save it for the last week when we actually come back and we have the big battle royale, whatever. Until then, how many weeks do I have? Like 2 or 3 weeks left to do stuff.
You had 8 weeks in total.
Okay, so
2 in Nibene, 6 here. Well, maybe not 6 here. There was like a week of transit, so 5 here.
yeah, it's 5 here. So the first week I spent doing the pit fighting stuff and all that.
Yep. So you got
So
4
then-
extra weeks then.
So the last week I want to do the pit fighting when we do the whole. So we sent out messengers and stuff, right, to go do to let the other towns know we're gonna do a big battle royale. And I want to spend the other 3 weeks. Yeah, I'll spend 3 weeks.
Well, sending a message
working?
doesn't eat up your downtime. You can do that anytime.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to spend 3 weeks while I'm waiting for all the messengers to go out and do everything and come back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 3 weeks either helping a roasto make my mall or helping build up the gladiator pits and prepare for the thing. I want to like train all the gladiators and get my team like up to speed.
All right.
So
You're
do I
going
need to
forward
roll
with
anything?
the national battle.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spend 3 weeks training my guys. Do I need to do a roll for any of that kind of stuff?
Nah.
So yeah, I'm gonna be training them with my proficiency, like my strength.
All right.
Uh,
You're very strong, so you set the bar high for everybody else to get stronger.
yeah. Do any of them need gear? Or any of them ungeared? Like to the point where
Nah.
I could...
The gladiators
Oh.
always had plenty of weapons and armor.
Okay. Just making sure. I'm just gonna keep training these guys and helping so with anything he needs for my weapon and spend my time in there and in the taverns. Maybe somebody else needs help. Do any of you guys need help for my downtime? I mean, I got 3 weeks of downtime. I don't really know how to spend it.
You can
Or
move
should I-
boulders. We need boulders to build the temple.
Oh, wait,
But we
here's
do have
a
other-
here's an interesting feature of the consecrated ground. I think what it would do is like if you summon a fire elemental into the consecrated ground, it would come into existence with an extra hit point for every hit dice that it's got, and a +1 bonus on its attack rolls, damage rolls, and saving throws within the temple grounds on that consecrated ground. So in a flame temple, that applies to fire elementals, and then the negative effects that I was saying undead, that would apply to water elementals in the fire temple. And then I guess undead, maybe just also. Why not?
Do I need to? Do you need help with anything? Is there roles I need to do for you,
No,
or things I need to do for you?
no, I'm paying people. I'm paying them well too. Like I'm getting the people from Nibene to help build the building and do some sculptures too and stuff like that. And I have an actual sculptor that is working on like a giant wall made of marble. Like I have stuff going on, but I'm
Well-
gonna be busy and all that stuff.
Well, so Ninja, can I, since I'm gonna be training these guys in pit fighting, do I just roll pit fighting
Well,
again?
you don't really have to roll anything. Like, whatever level you are at, like, you are at a higher level than they are. And so they can just train with you because you're stronger than they are. You're just a better gladiator in general. And so generally it's
Okay.
like they're making rolls whether they improve or not. So, like, you can train them, but it's all secret rolls that the DM makes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, so
So you
if
don't
I'm
really.
doing the pit fighting,
Yeah.
if I'm doing pit fighting, can they still make rolls to improve?
Well, the pit fighting
Or
would
is
have
that
taken
gonna be
place during one particular week, and then there were several other weeks where you said you were training with them. So yeah, in those weeks you
Okay.
do training.
Okay, I'll just say, yeah. I'll just say,
It's on the downtime card too, as like the training activity. Usually it's for languages, but you know there's flexibility there. So yeah,
proficiency, yeah.
training can
It's
be.
just for hit mod.
It
That's why I
takes
was confused. I was like,
it
I'm not
it takes time.
training
So
them.
they're like 3 weeks into training to be more like you as a gladiator.
Yeah. Okay.
But that does accrue a cost of 25 gold pieces per week. So, well, ceramic pieces. So if you want to pay 75 ceramic pieces for the 3 weeks of training, that's like you buy some training gear for the people to help them out.
I'll just paying, I'm paying for like the food and water and stuff.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not a lot of money. So yeah, I'll pay that. 75 ceramic pieces coming up.
Ninja, that's what I need for bodyguard at my shrine. I need 2 of those.
Half giants?
No. I put in a D&D in the
Does that add to any
Oh.
of my proficiencies?
wrong person.
For me taking control, like leading them and stuff and training them?
Nah.
I just posted it there. In
Fire Elemental Myrmidon. Elemental Myrmidons are elementals conjured and bound by magic into ritually created suits of plate armor. Oh boy, that sounds expensive.
they look so cool though.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll be able to have like a couple of them protecting the shrine.
Yeah, why not? Sounds pretty cool. Make that a quest. I think it's sort of like a wizard, right? Like a wizard can make a golem. This is very much like trying to make a golem, but what you're trying to make is a CR7 elemental, but he's going to be in plate armor. So the plate armor itself is going to cost as much as a plate armor would. So the initial expense is real comparable to like the expense of a golem.
Yeah.
But with a little bit of downtime and a lot of money, I'll definitely let you make one of these.
Yeah, I need to find the proper armor piece and then animate it.
It would follow a similar method to making the wand that you just made. You basically just need the materials to add up to a certain gold value, and you need to devote a certain amount of time to casting the fire spells and opening the portals to the fire plane every day to fully complete the enchanting.
Yeah, that would freak out a lot of people.
Yeah, more
But if-
proof of the power of the god of fire.
Exactly. What is the real advantage to get this super fancy chapel? Like, is there any bonus except for the size being larger?
Let's see.
You get the 2 guys instead of the 1 that you have to pay for.
For 250 gold pieces and hiring 2 acolytes of first level cleric level, this enormous chapel features an altar set with gems and chased with precious metals, gilt-edged pews, and large stained glass windows. Fine candelabras rest in separate prayer alcoves, and an elegant room with a wardrobe and large desk allows the presiding cleric to prepare for services in comfort. Supply closet holds extra prayer texts, altar clothes, candles, and other religious paraphernalia. Up to 60 people can fit in here for a service. This place requires at least 2 acolytes, who each have the same +7 bonus. And if you need a greater capacity, purchase this component multiple times. I don't think it really adds anything mechanically. It's just far grander. Just
Yeah,
like the
it's
amount
a
of
status.
the amount of artistry and wealth on display is considerably larger.
It's like the Notre Dame of Fire Temple.
Right.
So whenever I hit like level like 16, 17, I got like money to spare, and I want something fancy.
It does say it's
And-
enormous, so it's considerably larger than the previous one, which means it's got a bigger area of consecration where you can summon stronger fire elementals.
Oh, okay.
So they have a sample for like a fancy chapel. It's like, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40 by 15, 20, 25, 30. So the building itself is like 40 by 30. It's not that large for a fancy chapel.
Hey, this thing says on hit you can spend a charge to apply an extra 1d8 thunder damage for the booming blade. If it moves 5 feet or more, it takes 2d8 extra. Is that 1d8 plus a 2d8 or just it changes to 2d8?
Changes to 2d8, I think.
Okay. Which is funny because my crusher feat gives me, like, if I can hit them with an attack, it moves them back 5 feet.
Right, so it has synergy. It's good.
Well,
Damn.
the way I look at it is, I think like right now I already have 60 feet like seats for people to congregate at the same time. So, like for the side of the city and where we're at with our like the vote, I think we're fine with this one. And
Yeah.
then later on, if the city becomes more and more, and then like our presence is bigger, then we'll be able to justify the cost and just an expansion.
Sure.
But this is good though. Like advantage, just the advantage on sacrifices. That's like a huge thing.
Kind of a big deal.
And,
Real
You know what
estate.
you know what you need?
what is that?
You need a half giant to come in there and be the one that just does the execution for you for the sacrifice.
Oh, we got the eternal flame for that.
I mean, you're just burning them alive.
Oh yeah, like we're
Oh,
we go straight to the
Well,
point
say,
here.
I mean, I could put the eternal flame. I could smash them into the eternal flame.
No, you're too busy
Make
for
it more
that.
dramatic.
Too busy for that.
Dude, we're about to have some insane damage. I'm about to have some insane damage. If I can get a crit, holy smugolies.
Well, I am at 21 armor class now, Ninja.
No boy.
For your note.
Damn. I'm only at 21.
You guys are tanky.
Yeah, but now I can get closer, and there's different spells I'll be able to use. That might be a little bit more. Make it more action.
So in order to hit you guys, I need like +12 to hit on my enemies.
No, ninja. No.
How do you get
He's not-
+12?
And you'll hit me on a
He's-
3.
Ninja. That's not how it's supposed to be.
Those numbers were pretty common in 3rd edition.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm a melee character, so I have to be up in the fight. But if they attack somebody other than me, and they're within my range, I get a reactionary attack.
Yeah, so you're gonna be able to save people from the one-shot kills. In theory.
I mean, in theory. Because with my reactionary attack, I can, If they hit,
Save me,
if they
Jodat
hit once,
Kenobi.
right? If they hit you once with their attack, but they have multi attack, does my reactionary attack kick in and I get to move them
You
if
only
I
get
hit?
one reaction per round. Right?
Yeah, I'm not too
Yeah.
sure on that. Something we'll have to research a little bit.
Or does it do their whole four swings and then I get my reactionary attack?
Here, let's check this out. For 5 10th level characters, what's the spread? I could throw a CR 16 or 17 at you according to this.
I think so. But as a boss or just a regular enemy?
Well, for an encounter. So that would be like you're walking through the desert when big ass CR 17 thing attacks. Usually you'd have the advantage because there's more of you than there are of it. It gets one big attack that's really dangerous, and you guys get to pummel it for a turn.
Hey, I'm getting pretty tired. I think I'm gonna have to call it a night.
Yeah, it's past midnight. That's fair. That's fair. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
We'll
Good
see you,
night.
man.
Later,
Good
man.
night. Well, that's fine. Like, you know, it's like buying magical item is fun and stuff like that. But I think like for RP measure, like getting like excess money would be quite nice for like what a lot of people would like to do in tier.
Holy shit! A fire elemental myrmidon.
Yeah, that
Oh.
thing looks cool. That's what I want for bodyguards at the temple. Like eternal elemental slaves.
I'm looking for a CR 17 Dark Sun monster. What have I got to pick from?
Spice worm.
My character's built to be really tanky.
Alright, I found one. You guys could fight a Braxit Lord.
What's a Braxit?
Yeah, look at this. According to this, the Braxit Lord has a melee attack plus 11 to hit.
Brexit Lord.
Holy shit.
Right on the money. I was saying it'd be like a plus 11, plus 12. So, if you don't remember what a Braxit is, a Braxit, I think, is like the four-armed monster. No, wait. Braxit isn't the four-armed monster. A Braxit looks like Doomsday from DC.
Okay.
He's like made of spikes.
Cool.
Encased in an armored carapace, this hulking reptilian beast strides through the forlorn barrens in search of prey. You might mistake it for a simple-minded brute, realizing too late that the creature is a walking arsenal of physical and mental weapons.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh god.
The Braxit Lord has 306 hit points.
Oh no.
They're kind of boss.
I mean, I think I could fight it. I don't think I could get it by myself. But
That's why we're here.
How much strength do you have?
22.
It's got 23. It beats you by 1.
Oh shit! It's like the Rock, Dwayne the Rock over in the thing.
And its size huge.
Oh, it's a size bigger than me, so it can just pick me up and throw me.
So there's some issues there. So that's what we're talking about when you get into like the CR 16, 17 range.
Yeah, my character is built for some physical punishment.
Well, Ninja,
but,
though, there's a few of us, but like, then, like, I'm thinking of Saul. I don't know
Yeah.
what you would be doing for that creature.
He would not survive well against it.
Yeah, that's why he needs a
Saul-
flying carpet and an instrument of the bard, so it opens his book of spell by a fair amount, you know.
And the Cloud Ray I joked about throwing at you has plus 16 to hit.
What is it? Instrument of the bard?
well, there's different ones, but
Yeah, the weaker one. There's a CR16 one that only has plus 12 to hit.
Okay, what could he?
Except you'd never fight it individually. There'd always be a huge swarm of them. A swarm of CR16s. Can you imagine how dangerous that would be? There's like 15 of them, and every one of them can hit with plus 12 to hit for 4d10 plus 7 damage.
It depends on what kind of instrument he wants.
The Olam Arp. Confusion, control, weather, and firestorm. That's pretty cool. Stone shape, wildfire, wind wall. Wow, that's really cool. The Slee leader.
What really helps the bards, which I found
Cure
with my
wound,
guy,
dispel magic,
the-
protection from energy.
there's bard items that raise my DC, my spell DC. Those were
Yeah.
more helpful.
No, but you would need that too because of the way you spend his his points. If he had like
Intro of the
something
bard
that
gives
increased-
me 1 charge per each of those spells. So it gives me 7 extra spells, or 6 extra spells, whatever it was. But then it gave me, sorry, the other thing that I got from my other bard was I got plus 2 of my spell DC. So instead of hitting with a 16,
Mhm.
I think he's actually at like 14. He'll
Yeah,
be able to
need-
get like 16 DC.
if he had something that increased his charisma.
Well, that's just charisma and
Mhm.
enhancement, but there's actually straight up spell DC
Yeah,
enhancement.
like my staff, and I also have this other item that gives me pluses.
So
um,
he hasn't really. I don't think he's gone for any of that stuff.
No,
I'm not really sure what he's gone for at all.
that's why I'm
be
thinking like
honest.
we should try to help him out with. I'm not sure what he wants to do. Like he can do whatever he wants, but if he wants to be more better in a fight. But yeah, like even some of the uncommons are good. Like Barkskin, Cure Wound, Fog Cloud, and all of them comes with Fly, Invincibility, Levitate, Protection from Evil and Good.
And like I said,
Yeah.
it'd be funny. It's funny you say it like that. Like someone like Orin, he needs like a cloak of invisibility, which is on the table right now for Nibene. And inside of Nibene, they have a cloak of invisibility that he probably should have.
How much is it?
It's like 83 gold or something like that. I can't remember what it was something like that. 83 gold. I was thinking about getting it for me, but I was like, you know, they kind.
Alright, here's an enemy, CR16. Is like one of the leaders of an elf tribe. She's got 140 hit points. She's got plus 9 to hit. And she's got a bunch of magic. Like really, really strong magic.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, it's plus 8 to hit with a staff. That's pretty good. It's not 11
Yes.
or 12, but, you know, for a caster, that's pretty good melee. And then the spells. Ooh, Time Stop, Prismatic Wall. Some Disintegrate a couple times a day. That's hardcore.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with that.
That is like the spiritual leader of an elven tribe. You piss off the whole tribe, you have to fight through all of them, and finally this one comes out and just disintegrates you on the spot. Bzzz, you're dead.
Have to kill her in her sleep.
So that's the kind of enemies they're recommending I throw at you. I see how it is. Oh, there's a fun elemental creature here. CR16, it gets 9th level spells. Storm of Vengeance.
Hmm.
That could be a lot of fun. There's like, ooh, there's one for fire. Fire Weird, large elemental, 128 hit points. It also has 9th level spells. It casts spells as an 18th level spellcaster.
What? What's trying to do to us, man?
This book I'm looking at just has like stat blocks for different things, and it's got this really obnoxiously powerful stat block for all 4 elemental types. These are probably supposed to be your like epic level elementals, like above even greater elemental.
You ready to lock the kill the table?
Yeah. All right. Hang on. Let me pack
Become,
and
later so it can stop being.
and now you can save it. And I'll end the stream there. Thanks for watching out there in Twitchland.